Welcome to the Spindown. Kai Guy and Spiny Mouse here, and we're gonna talk about some magic. What are we talking about tonight,
That's
Kyle?
right. It's going pretty good. We're in the middle of a pandemic, but other than that, not too bad.
Yep.
How are you?
Yeah, about the same. About the same. Uh, definitely not getting cabin fever. Not at all. Nope.
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh man, man, oh man. All right, so tonight we wanted to go over a few things with everybody out there, starting with our origin story. Ba-ba-da-ba. So
That's right. We wanted to talk about how this channel came to be, how Spiny Mouse and I met each other, and how we all got into playing Magic. Pretty exciting stuff.
Indeed,
So,
indeed.
you want to kick off our origin story?
Yeah. So, and I actually mentioned this in my next video. I got started playing Magic from some guys I used to work with, and one of them handed me a deck one day because I kept asking them like what they were doing and what it was all about. And it was allies. It was a 5-color ally deck. So Chris, if you're out there, thank you. I still have it. It's still real bad, but it's really fun. So, and then Kai Guy and I met also at work, working at a restaurant together, and we were just chatting one day about all the nerdy things that we were into, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I also play Magic: The Gathering."
Very true.
Yep.
We actually, on my very first day, we were working together on my very first day, and we kind of got into, all of the nerdy stuff we were into, and board games came up, and
Yep.
I don't know how it eventually, came to be where we started talking about Magic, but eventually it came up. My origin story with Magic kind of goes back to my childhood, like middle school when I was in the Boy Scouts, and we'd go to summer camps, and a bunch of people had decks, and so I kind of learned how to play super jankily. We used to pull out all of the lands out of the deck and play with all of our lands, and then just rip cards. We called it Mana Blitz, and so that's kind of how I learned to play. And then it kind of and then a little bit in high school, and then after that, it just it kind of faded away. And then I met you, and we started talking, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe like Magic would be really cool. And this was when was this? Like M15 cons block.
Yeah.
We kind of really started getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
You, me, and then another guy. Shout out to Brad.
Polar Bear Chef.
We all started playing kitchen table Magic. I remember.
Yep.
I remember once you were like, yeah, like we could play Magic. I'd be like, okay, cool. I remember going and buying like a toolkit booster and thinking that like an 8/8 with trample was like the most busted thing.
Oh
and,
yeah.
So and then like all those fond memories of like playing Magic a little bit in high school, like except for that punk kid with the slivers deck. I think maybe that's why.
Yeah, you built slivers. That was like your thing.
I like slivers so much nowadays.
Yeah.
But and so that kind of evolved from there. Like we played. I mean, it was you, me, and Brad, and we played a lot of kitchen table Magic.
Oh yeah, it was every week on the same day for quite a while, for like 3 years straight.
Yeah, it was a long time. We kind of played it. It was weird. So like, as you know, I'm kind of I'm not a big fan of I'm not the biggest fan of Commander. Go figure. But so we kind of came up with our own system because it was the three of us all playing like kitchen table Magic, and so it was to kind of eliminate some of the politics. It was we'd have like a structured order of like I have to get rid of my opponent on the left, and they have to get rid of their opponent on their left, and so like we couldn't it wasn't like a free for all. We had to knock out a person before we could go after the other person. At least swinging with creatures. So and we obviously we were such noobs. We didn't realize we had no idea about power levels. Like none of us were playing like Path to Exile.
Nope.
You were playing like super janky vigor decks.
Yes, vigor. Love vigor.
Just insane, super janky combos that and then eventually we kind of graduated to our LGS. I don't know I don't know what it was. I think it was just like, okay, like maybe Brad had kind of slowed down, or like maybe we just wanted more of a challenge, and so I
Yeah, I
built
think we were ready to take it to the next level.
Right. I built a sliver deck, and the shop that we went to, they allowed up to 6 proxies, and so I was able to kind of, for the cards I didn't have, I was able to proxy some of those fetch lands, and
Oh, and that helped
I
out
think,
so much. That really
yeah, I
helped
think
out
it
so
really
much.
did. I think if you're an LGS and you're trying to get new players into formats, allowing proxies for just a little while, like really helps.
Yeah, yeah. I
Because
know
I
you
don't
can't do
think we would.
sanctioned events that way, but like if there's any way you can do like
Yeah, but like FNMs,
yeah,
like I think that really helped get us into playing the modern format, which like jumping from kitchen table magic to modern as a format, like that's a pretty big like jump.
yeah, we had no
Price
idea what we
point.
were doing.
No, we absolutely did not. But we learned pretty quick.
Yep. Yep.
I think we also joined at kind of the right time. I know Modern Masters 2 had kind of dropped, and then like right as we had started to really get into it, Modern Masters 3 had dropped, and that was the enemy fetches and all those other things. I remember being like super hyped, and I was like, oh, I'm finally gonna build Jund, because it's everything's on sale, so to speak, so I remember like I had a bunch of store credit, and I was dropping all of that on the fetches I could get,
Yep.
so
Yep.
yeah, and that's kind of how it went for us playing like paper Magic, and then we kind of, I don't know, and then COVID hit,
Well, first before COVID hit, we lost our LGS.
Yes,
so our LGS had some legal complications due to new ownership. We won't go into all that because it's pretty convoluted, and I'm still not entirely sure who was actually in the wrong. We've heard a lot of different things, but suffice to say, we lost our LGS, and that sucked.
Big time.
Thankfully, there was another store that's about 15 minutes away, and filled with really good folks. And it was very awkward to transition to at first, just because it was like all new people and a very different like play style. Yeah, very different meta. Like our LGS was very like competitive focused, even though I was not at all. Like it was what I came to expect.
Yeah, our LGS was, it was stacked with really high quality players who really pushed you.
Well, and just meta decks too. Like it was Tron and Jund and
like
humans.
Arclight Phoenix was a deck. Humans, Tron. Yeah, we were just stacked with like great competition to the teeth. And then we obviously were kind of pushed out of that, unfortunately, and we eventually go to this new LGS, and we kind of got into it. We kind of were like, well, we don't want to stop playing Magic.
Right.
We love Magic, and luckily they were firing modern events.
Yep.
So, well, it was a difficult transition. I was definitely grateful for an opportunity to still be able to play.
Yeah.
And I think maybe our first kind of foray into like content creation, so to speak. There was somebody that at the shop that started streaming paper matches, and that was pretty cool to kind of be on a feature match, like even if it was small, to kind of go back and be able to watch yourself play and kind of like, was this line great? Was this line not great? That sort of thing. But yeah,
that was definitely very exciting for us. I don't remember his handle. I doubt his videos are still up at this point, but I don't think he put them up to YouTube. I think it was just Twitch. But yeah, it was very fun to be able to like go back and watch it, and just to kind of like feel like, oh, I'm on the big screen, even though like, he probably had like 10 viewers or whatever. But like, it was still very fun. And so I think that definitely, like, we'd always talked about like starting a podcast or starting whatever.
We had talked about starting a podcast for so long.
Oh, I know. We faux recorded in car rides
in your car.
This is what we would say
like,
if we were recording.
Yeah, I mean, like, we finally did it. We're like kind of doing it now, which is awesome.
Took
a pandemic
to get it to happen.
And then the pandemic hit, and then we kind of lost. So not only did we lose our LGS, we also got hit twice over, because we lost the second LGS we went to, unfortunately, because of the pandemic.
They're still standing, thankfully.
They're still in business. Yeah. But we just like, it's just not safe to be playing in person.
Wear a
And
damn
so
mask, people. Come on.
yeah, and so I had an MTGO account, and I kind of was nudging Spiny Mouse to be like, hey, you should play online, and
Yep.
yeah, and then it kind of went from there. I think we had kind of talked about like, oh, maybe we should start a channel,
Mm-hmm.
as we started just playing online, just for
Right.
ourselves,
Just to get
and
that
then
magic fix.
yeah, like we've been doing it for years and years, and like not
Yep.
being able to play, once a week, with one of your best friends, it kind of sucks. So
Yep.
yeah, and then it kind of evolved from there. Like, well, like we're having so much fun. Like, why don't we start recording ourselves and kind of going from there? And it's kind of how it started. We yeah, that was so we just wanted to, share with everybody also, hopefully struggling, not being able to play Magic. Like, you can get out there and play. And, I think it's really cool too when we get to face opponents and let them know that we're recording our videos, and then we upload them so they can come see how they did, like
Yeah.
I'll post even if I lose,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I think it's great for, our opponents to kind of be able to get an opportunity to see that too. So like, it's just been really fun.
Yeah.
Since we started this whole journey.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys like to see that too. Hopefully all of y'all who've played against us love to see yourselves on the big screen, as as Kazan was saying before. I know I love to see that. So hopefully
Yeah.
that's something fun you can look forward to. If you have faced off against us and you are now a subscriber, let us know in the comments. We want to hear about that. We want to hear like, oh, I played against you, and that's
Absolutely.
why I found your channel. Like, we love to hear that. So
Yeah. How did you find our channel? That's been one of the biggest things of like content creation that I feel like has been really challenging, is promoting ourselves. Cause like we started it was like, well, if we get like 10 subscribers, whatever, that's pretty fun. And now we are to 95 subscribers, and
95.
we're five away from 100. 100. Tell your friends.
Come on.
Get them to subscribe. Help us get to 100 subscribers.
Make a couple dummy accounts.
That's right. Just
whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Nicholas Bolasian or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really cool, and we love interacting with everybody in the comments, and we love interacting with people in the Magic community.
Absolutely.
To think that we've come this far is really cool, and we want to keep making content because it's fun, and just keep going on from there. So
yeah. And if there's anything you guys out there are interested in seeing, let us know again down in those comments. Like, we'd love to hear ideas. Like, what do you think of this? This is our second spin down. Do you like it? Do you hate it?
Right.
The decks we're playing. Do you want to see something more? Do you want to see something specific? Do you have deck ideas you want to throw our way? Like, do it.
Yeah, and we're pretty casual spikes. Like, we kind of just jump into the tournament practices, but like, do you want to see us like be hyper competitive and maybe like jump into a league every once in a while? Like, let us know. I'm not.
How much money do you want us to lose?
Yeah, you want to see us go 0-5 in a league and just be like, oh.
Just you wait for my new video. It'll be great.
We are definitely here for you, and we're making content that we would like to see too. That's part of the reason I think that we also did this channel too, because you and I both, like, Modern is our format. That is the format that we know inside and out, and the format that we've been playing for years.
Yep.
Like, we joined right on the heels of the Splinter Twin birthing pod ban, and we kind of we've seen a lot of things come and go, but like, we know Modern. Like, we are pretty knowledgeable about the Modern format, and
I feel like good at it, but we know it.
No, we do. Exactly. But it's our favorite format, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite formats as well. I think Modern's in a pretty healthy spot, and that's also why we made this channel too, because like, I think it's in a healthy spot, and like, we wanted to see more Modern content. I consume about as much Modern content as I can. Some of the people like the Dive Down, Nikachu, they're making a lot of like exclusive Modern content. There's some good Modern articles. Mzine over at TCG player articles. She writes some stuff, and so we want to help contribute to that, and so that's why we're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's fun.
Absolutely. So one of the other things we wanted to talk about tonight, before we run out of time today, is there something new above my head? There.
And to my left or my right? One of these 20
Um,
directions.
yeah, that one.
Yeah,
You got it right. You got it
yeah,
right. Yeah, so right up
yeah, yeah.
here. And it might be a little small on your screens for now, but we will be releasing we released the full version on our Twitter. Go hit us up on Twitter if you haven't already. We'll have a link in the show notes. But we got new art, and it's
That's
freaking
right.
amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
phenomenal.
We were like zooming in earlier because I was playing around with it, and just like zooming in. There's so much freaking detail. So much
Yeah,
detail. It's amazing.
yeah.
So
Huge thank you to the artist
yes,
Moses Maelo. Follow him on Twitter at Mozak Mozak Mai Mozak Mai.
we'll include the link in our show notes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Person, they've done incredible artists. Go look at. That's kind of how it came to be. I caught wind of their art, and I reached out and I was like, hey, do you take commissions? And we DM'd and we talked a little bit, and completely blown away with what was presented to us. I just, our channel's mascots, we haven't really kind of officially said it, but like unofficially, officially, like it's Val Zarek, because I love Is It cards, and for Spiny Mouse, Thalia.
Yeah.
Because he's a huge Death and Taxes fan, obviously.
Indeed. As everyone should be.
And so it kind of made sense that those would kind of be our channel mascots. You see it in our logo, you see it like in when we're streaming or when we're making videos. Shout out to our other channel artist, Katani, follow him on Twitter. Link will be in the show notes as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and so we just kind of wanted to see a different approach from a different artist, and we're just blown away. So
amazing.
Thank you again so much. Thank you again so much. And if you want to see the full resolution of the art, go check out our Twitter at HighGroundMTG. So
yep. Cool. Well, let's also real quick talk about Double Masters. That's coming out here pretty quick. I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but it's coming up fast.
Yeah, it is coming up fast. So when it comes to modern, I'll tell you right now, if you love playing Tron, now is the time to buy. As soon as as soon as 2X Masters drops, you want to get all of your Tron pieces. This is literally Tron Masters. They're reprinting all 3 of the Tron lands. They're reprinting Karn. Karn will probably... Ugin literally just printed in standard, so Ugin's price is down really low. Like I said, Karn Expedition map is getting a reprint, so all of the major Wormcoil engine also getting a reprint. So all of the major Tron staples getting a massive reprint. Which is
so
fantastic. I'm a huge Tron fan. I will hopefully be blinging out my deck a little bit more. And speaking of that, Ultimate Box Topper art for the Tron lands, this panorama by Mark Teeden, and a new Karn Liberated. Spiny Mouse, what do you think of this new Karn Liberated art?
Let's just pull it up real quick. Let's just Let's just pull up this new art here. There we go. Okay. And there it is. Oh, let's see. Let's make it so everyone can see it. So there it is, right here in the middle of our screen now, on this side.
Carnabunga. Ooh, that's good. Carnabunga. Hashtag Carnabunga. Get it going, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
It is really bizarre.
It's something.
I have never seen a Planeswalker get memed so quickly. It is, I kind of want to say the word derpy. Okay, so here's my thing about it. So I'm obviously a huge Tron fan.
Yep.
I am a little disappointed that Wizards didn't go with the online promo art by Ralph Horsley. They commissioned new Tron Artland, the mine, the power plant, and the tower. The gorgeous promo art.
Yep.
And I thought that they were going to release that as like the box toppers, and they didn't. And so they released the 8th edition and I think the 9th edition art, Brian Snoddy's, I think that's his name, art on the lower, on like the commons. And I'm baffled why you wouldn't use, you have this new art. Like, why wouldn't you put modern art in a modern frame? I think for me, what really gets me is that, like, you have an old school artist, which a lot of people love and respect, and I think that's fantastic. But like the frame and the art kind of don't match. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen the new promo land, or the new like the new box topper lands, like in the old frame, and I think they look amazing. I think they fit perfectly in the old frames. They look great, but I think there's just something a little bit off about it in the new, I don't know, in the new frames, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
Same with Karn Liberated. Karn Liberated looks, yeah. Hashtag Karnabunga Liberated.
We'll get that going. We'll get that going.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
But
goodness.
yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I was so excited because I was like, here's your chance to get new Karn art. We've had the same Karn art forever. That being said, I don't know. Maybe I'll get this new one. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You have to.
I'll probably wind up getting the new Karn or the new Tron lands too. The new Expedition map. Oh my gosh, that is the ultimate box topper. So I guess the artist painted, or like made the art that he painted. Like, he made a map, and then as a piece of reference.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then he painted the Expedition map. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Vorthos Mike at Vorthos Mike on Twitter kind of explained it. It was really wild.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time I have for tonight. Hopefully, again, you guys enjoyed all of this. Again, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes,
right
please.
Now, do it.
Yes,
please. Really helps us out.
We are
Let
5 away. Get us to 100 subscribers.
Ding, you ding, could be number 100.
Yes, that's right.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourselves a great night. And don't forget, make sure you have the high ground.
Bye-bye from the Kai Guy.